Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to Beyond All Reason. 8v8's here. I'm coming to you today with a Wildfire remake game, 8v8. Now, this game is very special, very near and dear to my heart, because it's probably one of the most impressive things I've ever watched. So not to let the cat out of the bag too quickly here. In this game, our cool colored team, we have two of our top 3 players drop out, Zhao and Raiko, before the first 10 minutes of the match even begin. Okay, which is crazy, but if you'll notice how long the video runs, you'll notice that it's quite competitive, very competitive actually for a 6v8, and I just think it's a fantastic game through and through. So given that we know Zhao and Raiko are dropping out, I'm going to go ahead and start with the blue team here, or the cool color team here, but going to actually start with introducing Timko Bob here in the light green, playing Cortex in the air position actually. So not only are they losing some of their top players, but the other player that's left is going air. Not that air isn't great, but it tends to have a little bit less frontline impact, which is what you really need in the early game, which is where this team is going to struggle. So Timko Bob, 46 TS from America, going to be that air player. And then supporting them is going to be God Hates Cowards, one of my favorite players, if only for the username. Also, they're playing Armada in that beautiful purple with the bot lab there. So fantastic. They're 38 TS from America. All right, so... And then over here on the warm colored team, we have Teddy here in the red, playing Armada. Let's go. Bot Lab, going to be one of our frontline players there. Supporting them, we have Narnuk in the yellow here, playing Cortex, again with that Bot Lab. Frontline as well, but a little bit secluded behind that little mountain mesa. I don't know the geographical term for that. There you go. There's our lineup for today, folks. So we're going to see some scouts going out here from our air players. Now, I know I've been away from the game for 3 weeks. I don't really think... Yeah, nothing's changed since I've been gone, which is a little unfortunate in that nothing's changed, but also a little fortunate in that there's no new meta, or there shouldn't be, right? Nice little snag there from the tick. Going to be messing up poor Rompy's build order. Looks like he's still trucking along with it, though. I know he's focusing back here. So yeah, the one thing I do want to note... Obviously, everybody that's been playing Beyond All Reason recently knows, but transporters can't transport commanders anymore, so no like initial comm bombs or anything crazy like that. But yeah, Wi-Fi remake. It's a beautiful map. Got this very nice frozen lake down here in the center. I don't know if there might not be enough time in the intro for me to do one of those like fancy like map flyovers. I don't know if it's fancy. One of those map flyers that I normally do. So I'll just introduce it here a little bit. But yeah, Nexus 1.9. I think it gets. Are the Nexus a little bit more back here? No, they're all 1.9, okay, or 2. And Tick gets another max pick there from Teddy. So doing pretty well. High vet on that Tick, baby. Not like it really matters, but, you know, you love to see small wins. Almost getting another Mex there. Giving the commander a little bit of ring around the rosy, though. Don't you know that Tick would love a nice little D-gun there? Of course, that probably won't be happening from a ITS player. I'm going to get some rovers out here from Rompy as well. Going to be causing a little carnage among the ticks, but a pawn isn't scared of some rovers here. Although that construction bot better watch out. And we are seeing a commander detonation back there in the back for Arijix. Arish? Maybe that's how I'll say it. Because that pronunciation sounded a little weird. Yeah, it's kind of fallen out of favor, the commander sacrifice, but I think it's still a viable strategy if you really need to scrape by, get a little bit of extra metal, because they are going T2, yeah, less than 4 minutes, halfway done, which is really good time. So, yeah, very impressive, actually. And then our eco player in the back here is going to be, for the cool color team, is River Run. So River Run versus Ari. They're both some of our lower TS players, but keep in mind this is a relatively high TS lobby, so our lowest player is 28 TS, so nothing crazy there. So everybody's going to be skilled. Everybody knows how to do those kind of basic things. But I think still being able to execute is important, especially on a River Run map where, like, yes, you do have air players, you do have eco players, but really nobody's that far away from the front line. So you got to get those quick T2 transitions. You got to get everybody their T2 bots here. And we're also seeing the sacrifice from River Run just a little bit later as they're lagging behind on the construction of that T2 base a little bit. Yeah, running out of metal there, so a little bit of reclaim is going to be helping them. Yeah, as far as the rest of the players go, it seems to be a fun little game here for sure. I do love this map because it just feels so small and homey. And in Colorado, we're just getting our first huge snows, so I think we're already over a foot of snow today, which is crazy, but Yeah, this is basically where I live. If you can just picture that in your little brain. But yeah, Hellsign out here with the Rocket Bots. Rocket Bots still not falling out of favor. Really great for poking. Centurions, we saw Centurions from Hellsound and from Lewis, which I think is interesting because you don't normally see them, but they're pretty good at anti-swarm, as it does say there. They have a lot of health relatively for a T1 bot, and they can put out a lot of damage pretty quickly and spread it among targets too, right? It's not like a big one-shot laser. But yeah, we're seeing a little bit of assault from Raiko, just a little bit, and then which might be a contributing factor here. We can go over the little bits of drama. It's not only what's relevant to the game. I'm not too concerned about anything else. But we're starting to see people pay their T2 players. If you're new to Beyond the Reason, you just give them some metal. So they give you a T2 constructor, which lets you get that tech level without investing 2,500 metal into a T2 factory, right? Which is a pretty big expense. And yeah, Centurion getting beat up by those rocket bots there. Yeah. Not the greatest fight for it, that's for sure. And okay, I thought Raiko dropped up. We're seeing this bot lab come up here from Mr. Elusive, which I really like, if it does stay alive, which is a very, very difficult thing to do. We also saw the same thing from Hellsound here with the vehicle lab, or vehicle plant, sorry. And that lets your units get to the front line so much quicker, which is super, super important in these battles. Now, this map is quite small-ish, so it's not as important, but hey, you know what, any scrap of ground that you can get, that your opponent lets you get, is super important. And these rocket bots focusing like this laser tower on these rocket bots, other rocket bots, is not a great play, right? I don't think AD can see. Oh no, they know the vehicle or the bot lab's there, and they still don't go for it. Interesting. Yeah, scared of the D-gun a little bit, but you can definitely push back this commander, right? Obviously, rocket bots outrange commanders, and they do quite a bit of damage too when those missiles do hit, as none of them hit there, which is a little bit unfortunate timing, but what, casting curse or something. God Hates Cowards dueling out here in the middle with 90,000 metal, and it's rough. It's rough out here. Look at the commander sway. Is that usual? I don't know. Yeah, it has to be, but maybe I'm losing my mind a little bit. Okay, yeah, here we get the drop from Raiko. We did have Zhao asking for the con from Raiko, so probably they were looking to do a con bomb or something. Also, just having an extra commander is useful, but no, Mr. Elusive snags it, which is going to be, yeah, deal-breaking for Zhao. And, like, hey, I kind of get it. Like, the lowest TS players taking the con from the highest TS one, but also Mr. Elusive's right next to them, right? So I think it makes an iota of sense, even if you don't agree with the choice. Maybe it should have been talked over with the team, but hey, you have to get every second of play time that you can in these kinds of games, especially when this means that you're down a player, right? Now you still have all their resources, but you're down the functional APM, which can be really, really big here, right? Like, there's no micro for these rocket bots. They're getting pieced up, right? There's like very little micro for this, so they're just sending ticks out like to this mountain, which probably isn't the most useful thing. So lots of things are going wrong here. And yeah, also Mr. Elusive loses one of their commanders here, which is also kind of rough to see, which means that you're not going to really want to be doing those com bomb type scenarios, even if you could get to a base, which I don't think they had a chance of doing on this side for sure. And we are seeing Zhao drop out of the map, out of the game. They did pause for a little bit, I think, to decide who to take, or maybe even if they're going to continue. Yeah, Timko Bob saying we resign here. No point in playing. Bob, that's not true. You've got it, and you're going to kill it. And we're also seeing Lewis here taking Zhao's stuff, right? So again, we're not having the highest TS players take over the commanders, but again, it makes some sense because Bob's microing air in the back, right? Air controllers, it's pretty micro intensive, and you don't want to like waste units up here. I see some nice artillery here. Shell Shocker light artillery vehicle, yeah, baby, from Hellshound. Always plays a very strong game. And then we're also seeing a Fat Boy. This T2 lab up front here is super critical, I think, to this flank holding as well as it does. I think probably because Lewis gets so much material, right? Because they do have 2 players economy. But yeah, eventually, yeah, we were seeing poor Mr. Elusive, man, is not looking good. The Centurions are yeah, again, Centurions, I think they really struggle. Obviously, it's quite outnumbered, but it's just not a good matchup versus Thugs. They don't have the range or the speed to hit Thugs well, so it's kind of rough. The fact that this lab is still alive as well is also mind-boggling. So I think it's a little bit of a blunder advancing up this side where there's nothing except for like a mechs, instead of advancing up here when they've known that this lab has been here for like many minutes now, right? We're only 10 minutes in the game, and I've known for a good chunk of that lab was coming up, but yeah, still not decided to go over there. In terms of the air war, it does look pretty even. I think it's still, holy cow, I did that on purpose, right? Yeah, I still am selecting all the fighters, unfortunately. I wish there was a way to change that. But if we look at our fun sliders up here, which is a fun widget that I've added, or somebody's told me about, army value is still very much in the Cool Colors team's pocket, right? They still got it. 30% army value, that's a lot. That is a ton of army value, which means that they're just being more efficient, right? At this point in the game, I think everybody really has the same amount of metal, right? Even actually a little bit more metal for the warm color team, if we're going to get, you know, that specific. But yeah, I guess they're just able to use that army just a little bit better, right? Which, yeah, it can be a thing for sure. Rompy actually doing quite well up here, advancing really far up, right? If we want to say this is our middle-ish line, yeah, they're doing quite well. They're on the river side for a side that probably should not be on the river. I'd like to see them support maybe Mr. Elusive a little bit more, as they're kind of getting pieced up here, but we're seeing JTL go into more of like a porcupine strategy where they just build up a bunch of stack defense, which can be useful, but this is not the time that you want to do that, right? Because they know that their opponents are down 2 players, right? They're down all that APM. Now would be the time to push on as many fronts as you can, right? Really leverage as much micro as humanly possible. Nice D-gun on the Fat Boy there. That's really rough to see. Fat Boys are not cheap, right? They're not producing them anymore. I don't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, 1,400 metal, right? And keep in mind, an advanced bot life is 2,900 or 20. Yeah, 2,900. I said 2,500 earlier. I apologize. So yeah, like almost half of a T2 lab. Maybe more closer to a third. It's a lot of metal right there. It's a lot of metal. Yeah, missile trucks actually for Rompy here is a really interesting play, but it seems to be doing quite well. They used to be quite meta because they could destroy shurikens, and they still can. But their damage has been their damage, attack speed, range, all weakened. So they're just not as quite as good as they used to be, which thank God. They were a little too good. Love the artillery piece here, just trying to shred this metal extractor and either missing or, you know, the damage just gets repaired. That is a bad thing about indirect artillery, right? And construction turrets. But yeah, trying to see a little bit of a flank here from the assault tanks from Rompy. But I think that's good. And it's really interesting, the mindset from the warm color team. They aren't attacking, right? They're getting pushed on literally every front. In cases that I don't think they should be, right? Like JTL was winning this fight alone, and now they have Smiley here, 8D here, who could also push up with their meager army as well. But yeah, not happening, is it? So interesting. You always want to take advantage, right? Beyond Reason is kind of an information game, right? Because you don't know. It just depends what everybody can see, right? So I think that's probably the largest factor for why the warm color team is not advancing. But Termites here from Lewis also doing quite well, and not a unit you see all the time. So I like Lewis's strategy. Fat Boys are cool. Termites or Recluses are cool. Narnak, unfortunately, their commander is not going to be going down there. And honestly, even if it did, that's a pretty easy revive spot, to be honest. But yeah, it would have been nice to see that guy go down. I'm surprised they're not moving their commander farther back. Probably concerned with, you know, some other matters. Now, we are seeing a T2 advanced bot left from JTL go up here, which is pretty important because they have lacked production for a little bit of time here, as you can tell, because they've very, very small army, just a few thugs. So once they start getting probably Pyros or Sheldons rolling off the production line, it's going to be, it's going to be a little bit more of a bloodbath for poor Mr. Elusive there. But for now, they managed to hold their ground for the most part, which, you know what, I think it's impressive. Huge props. Stout's coming out here from Teddy. Oh, Teddy's a great player. I'm surprised they're not rolling out those T2 units, though. Yeah, they actually don't have... okay, no, they do have the advanced bot lab. But it's not making anything right now. So, yeah, Stouts for now. Stouts are good. I think Termites can kite them, though. Can they not? Speed 52. Oh, no, not at all. Stouts are way faster. I think I'm losing my mind. Actually, yeah, 2 players going Termites. Interesting. Maybe I'm just an old man and haven't gotten the news that Termites are good now. But, I mean, they seem to be performing pretty well if their rockets are hitting, which they're easier to hit now because there's so many, right, compared to, like, a normal rocket bot. Yeah, army value, it's steadily actually kind of static, but it's been ticking up, right? 46%. Last time we looked was 33. That's crazy when the warm color team has been getting more metal for a decent amount of time now, right? Not a lot more metal, but still some. And this just means that the micro, or maybe even the matchups too, between the team's units are just not where they need to be, right? Ah, gosh, that's really bad. That's real bad. So yeah, total metal produced 5% on the warm color team, but they're behind 50% on army value, which is not statistics you want to see. I think also part of that is their metal's going into stack defense, right? Because they have been pushed this whole game. So you're like, okay, we're getting pushed, let's make defense. But yeah, the thing with defense is it has to be laid out all across the line, whereas armies can be grouped together and push. Just all they need to do is just push one part of the line. If that part of the line breaks, it's over for you. So that's why I don't really tend to like defense. I think the only exception for me is like light laser towers in the early game, and also I do like the long range artillery can just do continuous damage at no cost, which is really good because units normally they're getting beat up when they're doing damage. Yeah, see Recluse going down there for literally no reason. Not no reason. You understand what I'm saying. God 8's Cowards coming in here with the cloak. The cloaked commander can only mean a D-gun. It has been spotted here by 90,000 metal. Are they going to get the D-gun on that rattlesnake, though? Yep. Easy D-gun. They're getting a little bit hit by that dragon's claw, though. And they're still going for the second D-gun on that artillery piece, right? Again, just what I was saying. You can focus your army. I don't even know if this was super focused, but you can focus your army, take down those defensive structures for very little cost to yourself, right? And like the structures over here can't respond, but like an army, see, like Teddy's army could, right? So I don't know. It's something to think about. Not that defenses are always bad, but I think maybe Beyond All Reason players are a little bit too liberal with the defenses sometimes. Stout's getting wrecked there. Also, God 8's Cowards had a very good use of their commander. It is going down now, but definitely got their value for this game for sure. Now we're seeing some Whirlwind Bombers come out from Bob here, trying to skirt along the edge of the map. Tale as old as time, I think. Everybody tries to do that. Also seeing Lewis lose one of their commanders here. Lewis lose. Razorbacks coming out here from Lewis as well. So T3. Oh my gosh, look how far forward this gantry is. This is not the time to be defensive. Now, they have no army at this point, but this is what continually sitting back looks like, right? They were ahead so much, and honestly, they're not doing too bad, right? They're slowly clawing back that army value, or were until the bombs hit. There we go. Huge Whirlwind Bomber plays, baby. You love to see it. Okay, maybe that was not the most impressive bombing right there. Yeah, they do get taken out by Pyrotech's fighters. But we also have Riverrun here. Also, oh wait, no. Yeah, Riverrun and Bob going fighters. Which I think it can be a smart strat. Nice bombing there from Riverrun's bombers as well. Yeah, just tickling some of the stuff here. Taking out some wind turbines. It's good, it's good. Just applying pressure where normally they wouldn't be able to. And yeah, that army value still going up in blue team's favor after the recent drop. Razorbacks from Lewis, like all the way across the map here, doing big damage. Now it is just going to go down. It's sacrificial, even if Teddy didn't get that mad D-gun. But look how close they were to victory, right? How close they were to other people's bases. It was, yeah, it's a scary thing for sure. And yeah, just having it right up here is huge. Now they are going for that big Titan, right? So they need to hold out for a minute here. It's like a survival challenge, but thankfully not much is going their way. I do like the Starlight. Yeah, able to pierce the energy shield, go right for the Razorback. It's a good play. Hellshound's commander coming in there. I mean, if they could get the D-gun on the gantry, that would be huge, right? We'll see if they're going to be able to. They're trying to get the D-gun on the Razorback, which I think, not the play for sure. Yeah, they missed. I think, yeah, I mean, they didn't. Even if they didn't miss the D-gun, I don't know if that's what I would have done. I mean, I probably wouldn't have gotten to this point anyways. I would have been stuck fighting cans at 10 OS, but you know what I mean. Getting some bombers up here from Pyrotech as well. Yeah, somebody has to play aggressive on this team for sure. To be fair, this was an aggressive play, but yeah, maybe a little bit less well executed than you like to see. Also like the shield here, trying to negate that artillery. Oh gosh, lots of D-guns going down here on the poor welders for God 8's Cowards. Yeah, Teddy is very good, control of their commander as well. They actually do have two commanders. Somebody did... oh, they must have just revived one. Somebody does drop from this team a little bit later, I think. But maybe it's not for some time. Yeah, I love the Vanguard here as well. 12 kills. It's kind of impressive for a Vanguard. Although they haven't vetted up, so it might just be like pawns or whatever. Yeah, if they can get that Starlight down, that'd be nice. Oh, Titan. Save me, Titan. 4%, 3% on the Titan, 60% on the Gantry, 30% on the Gantry. The Titan has come out, executed the Starlight. Oh my gosh, right in front of his brother. And the bombers are coming in from Hell's Hound and Pyrotech, baby. Oh my gosh, not able to get the Gantry though. That's huge. And they're getting mopped up by us. I don't know. It's actually, oh my gosh. They do manage to slightly win that air war. The bomber's coming around for another try, but the Gantry survives at 22%, baby. That's glorious right there. The fighters now just like scouting, I guess, taking out whatever else Temco Bob had. Yeah, the air war not looking great, really, for either side. They do spot the nuke though. Big apocalypse here from Temco Bob. The missile's probably a fifth of the way done. Anti-nuke is going to be coming up from the warm-colored side. This is kind of like a trip back to time. We haven't seen nukes on the channel in a long time just because they're so easily countered by anti-nuke. The thing with nukes is, if you find that pixel-perfect spot, ooh, you can do big damage. As long as people think they're safe and they aren't, ooh, that's when you get the big game-winning play. So we're going to see if Temco Bob can find a way to make that happen, but not guaranteed. Yeah, Teddy trying to defend themselves against these hordes of ticks, and it looks like they're pretty successful. And they are, yeah. Okay, and I spoke too soon. That's over for Teddy's commander. We are seeing some little sprinters here, the fast raider bots from God Hates Cowards, taking out that mechs, executing it, trying to get some of these reclaim bots as well. They do get shirking a little bit, but they have pretty decent anti-air against these low-flying air units, so they're going to try to keep messing them up, but yeah, not quite in the cards for them. Actually, still more are arriving on the scene, but yeah, it's not fated to happen this day. Where's our boy the Titan going? 93% health. Oh, they're healthy. Oh, they're healthy. Tachyon going down to Starlight. So, man, it's like the brother v brother war. Hell's Hound, ooh, advancing quite heavily with these bulls here. Looks like, I think, you know, they're not going for this anymore, which, yeah, might be the play. Just trying to go straight for the base, which is definitely a valid strategy. We'll see if they're going to be able to carry it out, though. We are seeing some ticks here from Cowards trying to respond. Lewis's commander coming up as well as just a myriad of pawns that are outpouring from these factories. And yeah, one bull remaining. And I think, yeah, that's his last laugh, as the pawns literally physically prevent him from passing the corpse of his brother. Man, you hate to see it. The sharpshooter advance from Mr. Elusive. The table's been turned on JTL. Look at the army value. 110%, dude. How do they have 110% army value in a 6v8? Unplanned 6v8, right? This isn't like some pros versus Joe scenario. They're literally losing like 63 TS players. And they're still this dominant. Is crazy. I'm not saying the warm color team hasn't scrapped, because they have. But, wow. It's interesting. It's interesting for sure what exactly led to these events. Men smarter than me would have to figure that out, but I'm just saying it's impressive. And we are seeing the Starlights here from Rompy. Rompy, you know what? I haven't given them that much coverage, so they haven't done like crazy plays or anything, but they've been holding the line, and they've actually been pushing back against Teddy, a 53 TS player who is, let's be real, one of the best players in Beyond All Reason. So I think it's quite impressive from them. Yeah, seeing... oh my gosh, just the outpouring of ticks there is quite crazy. Now we are seeing the nuke launch from Temco Bob, and does it hit? Oh baby, it does. Oh no, they found the gap. The anti-nuke wasn't quite up. You can see the ring of where it was being built. It wasn't quite up. And yeah, that's Hell's Hound's forward operating base, completely destroyed. They have no production left. No real units left either. And yeah, they're going to be in full retreat with the 5 or so Jags that they have left. Wow, that was a crazy nuke. Almost just taking them out of the game right there. Not quite as bad as losing a player, but yeah, it's definitely up there. It hurts. It hurts. If they let them rebuild, though, you could definitely come back to bite them. So they're trying to push here with the pawns and the Razorback. But couple pauses there. But yeah, is it gonna? Yeah, he hasn't got a factory for sure. Is it gonna happen though? We don't know. We don't know. But yeah, also this push from Rompy has just been really, really great. They have a Titan now. They have a Gantry, or is it gifted? I think Lewis gifted that Titan to them. Yeah, because I don't see Lewis's Titan on the field here. But Lewis has been, yeah, just absolutely wrecking stuff with these Razorbacks. I honestly think they could push a little bit more. They don't need to be so far back. But I know they don't want to be caught in like some kind of Haggard trap, right? So we're seeing them playing it a little bit safe. But, oh no, poor Hellshound, no. Save us, Hellshound. The Gauss Cannons, can they save them? I don't think so. Somehow, I don't think so. Also, all these poor Lazaruses. Get out of there. Get out of there, Lazaruses. Don't do it. The Razorbacks in the Vanguard trying to respond here from Ari. But, yeah, don't think it's going to be happening. That, oh, gosh, Apes is going down. And as well as just the rest of Hellshound's possessions. Completely thrown in the bin. Yep. HC. Even a Marauder out here. That's a funny addition. Poor Marauder. Getting wrecked by the Gauss Cannon. There we go. It's over. And this Razorback's going down too. But I'd say that's a win, baby. Bro didn't micro. Yeah, whatever. Whatever, dude. You try microing ticks. Okay. We're also seeing some bombers coming out here from Bob. Just look at this constant pressure on the warm color team. Now, army value-wise, they are clawing back, right? Down to 30% for the cool color team. But the fact that I have to say 30% has kind of told you all the information you need to know about this game, right? And nice. Bombers trying to go for that Aphis there of JTLs. Are they going to be able to do it? Down to 50%. It's still looking okay. It's still hanging in there. It's hanging in there. Oh, then there it goes. Then there it goes. And there's JTL's entire economy gone with it. Oh boy. But only 8% army value in favor of the cool color team. So, yeah. I don't know. It's still definitely worth it, right? Because now their metal production is 50%. And that means that they can scale, right? They've been doing great with these attacks. As long as they can just keep holding out. They've, yeah. They've just made a fine showing. That's for sure. And nice little attack missile launchers. You don't see these often, but when you do, I think they're always used pretty well, right? Oh, destroyed. It's awesome. And 1200 metal, right? That's a price of a fat boy. And I think they just got a ton of value. They've been getting a ton of value out of that. But yeah, I think the cool color team, they're resting, they're recuperating for now. You know, they've dealt some vicious blows to the warm color team, and now it's time for a little bit of rest. Yeah, they need to get that army value back up because they're being outproduced a little bit right now. And by a little bit, I mean actually kind of significantly, right? 11% for the warm color team. This is like the first time it's moved to the red side almost all game, which is pretty crazy to think about. Vanguard's out here from Teddy. Oh man, you know Teddy's wary of those starlights, man. I don't know what happened to Rumpy's starlights, but I imagine whoever killed them was very, very happy about the outcome. We are seeing these long-range plasma cannons from Rompy too, which looks like they're firing some of their first cycles because they haven't gotten any kills yet. Yeah, trying to take down these Aphises. Right now, the Aphises are just being repaired. If these construction turrets get hit, though, that's real bad. They need to be making shields. They're anti-nuke hit nuke there. If you're new. Yeah, they need to be making shields because one bad hit is, it's Jover. So, keep that in mind. Yeah, construction turrets have a very, very bad, bad way of imploding their neighbors, so... Especially when they're not spaced out appropriately, which nobody does. I don't either. It's too much time. Time that I don't have. Although there are hotkeys for it. And now there are blueprints too, which one of my favorite additions of Bar. I know a lot of the other Total Annihilation type games do it, and I think it's great. Yeah, this huge Marauder push and tick push from Mr. Elusive is real rough. Yeah, I mean, hasn't JTL and now Teddy suffered enough? Who knows? This Titan, though, going ham, man. Taking out a Razorback, pushing back those Vanguards. Yeah, don't want to keep those guys in the close range fray with the Titan, that's for sure. Aphis goes down again. Oh, gosh, that poor Aphis. It's been through so much. Don't revive it again. Don't revive it again. Not that, you know, they may not even have the chance here. 24% army value for the warm color team, but nah. We're seeing the first resign from Teddy's team. Bombers out here from Lewis. Oh my gosh, Lewis is making bombers? They're just doing everything. I don't see it. They might have been gifted them. I don't see it. Plant. Experimental gantry. Oh, did it go down? It must have gone down. I didn't see that. Guys, I missed it. I'm sorry. Very amateur of me. But yeah, if I can get it in there in the video, I will. Actually, yeah, 29 minutes. There we go. I just made a little note there to try to get that in, because that's kind of significant, right? I want to show some warm color team wins, but another bombing on the poor Aphises. They did finally get that shield up there, but yeah, instead of the Basilicas taking them down, the bombers tried to, but they were eliminated by Pyrotech's fighters. So good on Pyrotech there for the nice defense. Oh gosh, Gantry coming under fire again, but again, it looks like Ari's just trying to go past, which, yeah, again, I don't know what kind of play I'd be doing here, which is a difficult situation to be in, right? But yeah, trying to go past. I mean, it makes sense, right? If you take out the Aphises, this Gantry really can't produce, right? Unless Lewis is just bombing off a ton of energy from their teammates, which, you know, it's always possible. A lot of people are just overflowing energy like crazy in the late game, which it's just how Beyond the Reason works. But yeah, Razorbacks from Hellsound doing a lot of work here. Oh gosh, get those Aphises. Get those Aphises, man. Not the wind turbines, brother. Yeah, this... I don't know what the micro is here. Yeah, they're focusing on something else in the background, which didn't need to be happening. But the Aphises go down anyways, baby. And that is Lewis's entire energy economy kind of thrashed and trashed. Thrown in the bin. Yeah, Hellsound with the steel chair there. It's pretty awesome. The Gantry up here. The shield has gone down. There are enemies right in front of it. I don't know if there's going to be any last-minute Titan for the Gantry this time. Yeah, 45 seconds. That seems like a long time. Yep. And he goes down again. And yeah, we're just scrapping down to the wire here. That's for sure. Fighters. Oh gosh, big bomber push. Big strap bomber push from Pyrotech. One of my favorite units of all time. No! Oh, they did get caught up by the fighters. The fighters. Get back. Oh my gosh. The bombers are outpacing River Run's fighters. We're going to see the biggest strap bomb of the decade, baby. Come here. Oh, nope. They're getting taken by the fighters. Oh. Oh, no. They got a ton of construction turrets, but a little bit of a whimper there instead of a bang. You hate to see it. In terms of Gantry, down to 40%. Vanguards are mulching it right now, but we are seeing the Shiva come up here for Lewis. A couple Shivas, actually. Can they push the Vanguards back? Can they get them to back off the Gantry? Who knows? Little push here from Mr. Elusive. Yeah, not as dominant as they were. I think everybody's kind of running out of material. Oh my gosh, 100% army value? No, that doesn't really seem right. I don't know what... Oh, I guess because they lost all the bombers and fighters, which was probably contributing a lot to their army value score. Yeah, I'm kind of iffy on these sliders. I think they can kind of mislead you, you know, if you don't interpret it correctly. And well, let's just say I'm no prophet. So yeah, I'm still mid on them for now. Okay, yeah. I don't know what the play was there. Okay, the bombers are coming in, doing a little bit of damage. Yeah, taking out those sharpshooters is huge. Sharpshooters cannot aim up, so bombers have free reign over them as long as, you know, fighters aren't coming into play. But oh my gosh, look at the wave of material being sent at this Gantry. Holy cow, 17%. No longer anything repairing it. I think these are the last days. Oh, can Lewis's Titan save it though? No, Vanguard, no. Oh, it's hitting the Titan. Vanguard's foolish, but some Marauders from Ari are making their way around. Again, going for the back line. I don't know. I think you just want to finish this off at this point. Just put it out of its misery. Old Yellerit, man. It's over. But yeah, this Gantry back here from Rompy's huge because they have 4 Titans out of that already. Or 3 Titans, I'm sorry. No, 2 Demons and a Titan. I'm sorry. 3 Demons and a Titan. I'm sorry. Call me the sorry cop, Harry Dubois. Yeah, I can't count. A known failing of mine. Oh, the Gantry for Lewis goes down the second time tonight. Tonight. Wherever you are. It's rough to see. Another nuke, though, from Timko Bob. We'll try to get that on as well. 33 minutes in here. Let me make a note. We've seen 2 nukes, tons of strat bombing. Gantry's going down right on the front line. 2 players leaving the match early on, and it's still this close. Oh my gosh. Basilicas just get a huge hit there on Hellhound attempt to rebuild there. That's rough to see. Teddy's commander going down for what it feels like the 3rd time today. That's awesome. It's a glorious game, a glorious game. I know Beyond No Reason's kind of been slowing down lately. The old players aren't playing as often. I don't cast ever. But, hey, the game's still fun. Game's still good. And, she's in a bit of a lull period right now. Kind of like this game. It's winding down for now. Everything's leaning blue. It's not looking good for our warm-colored team here. I don't know how they could claw back. There's no nuke strategy from them. There's no there's no Marauders in the back line or Strat Bombers peeking around. Yeah, it is feeling like the beginning of the end here. And, yeah, they're going to have to come to terms with it, I think, over these next few minutes, I think. Do I think, and therefore I am? Who knows? Yeah, there's no... Army production for Teddy is like non-existent as well, which is yeah, it's big scary. Although honestly, maybe T2 units probably aren't the most useful at this point. Got some Razorbacks out here from Ari. That's quite a few. I mean, right? 5 Razorbacks. They could definitely get some damage done here. I feel like this is kind of weak-ish. I don't know, but you got the Titan right here. Another anti-nuke explosion up there. So looks Temco is 2 for 2, right? Or 2 for 4 on those nukes, which is a pretty good ratio, especially in the year of our Lord 2024 when, yeah, nukes never hit anymore. So just because people get used to it. But, you know, it's kind of like a pendulum. People get used to nobody using nukes, so nobody builds anti-nuke, and then nukes start being good again, and then people start building anti-nuke, and nukes are bad again. But, you know how it goes. I'm excited to see some more nuke games. If this game is, you know, an indication of what's to come. Lots of demons out here from Rompy. I really love the demons. I think they're aesthetically really charming. Their walk is a little goofy. I don't like the walk, but yeah, the smokestacks in the back's cool. Another attempted bombing from River Run. Trying to get that anti-nuke, man. Oh gosh. I can't see what the health bar is, but 730 health. All I would need was one more bombing run, but not quite able to do it. Oh gosh. Got its cowards in the 11th hour with like 40 demons here. Absolutely just mogging poor Ari. Get back, Ari, get back. Yeah, that's not fun. No, those Razorbacks have to go back, right? Uh-oh. I would not commit to that fight. They're not doing as bad as I thought. Taking down a demon there, but a Razorback falls as well. We're seeing the resign from Smiles. Are they going to hit that resign button? Are they going to wimp out? Yeah, Ari's Razorbacks are going down. That was not a fight that they could win. No amount of micro could save that. That's the thing with the flamethrowers, man. There's no micro that can help you. And the vote did pass. The game is over at 37 minutes, with the winning team being the one that lost 2 of their top players. So I hope you guys did really enjoy that one. I try to pick the most fun games and also edit them, so this can take me a little bit of time. So if you made it all this way and you did enjoy and you're not already subscribed, I highly encourage you to hit that bell. Or wait, the subscribe button and then the bell. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, I mean, we can look at the grass. Honestly, this thing kind of analyzes the grass for us just as we go along. But in terms of metal used, yeah, you can see. Lewis here just being a huge game changer, getting Zal's stuff and then just snowballing. I mean, it would be bad if Lewis did not have a line that looked like this, because that would mean that the Cool Color team probably lost, right? If they weren't able to pull out this far ahead. Mr. Elusive as well, you can see the guys that had 2 players stuff really started snowballing there at the end. Although Mr. Elusive was definitely had less of that eco early on. So this is just metal used, which I tend to use as a really good example of just an eco line. But in terms of like active units, we're also seeing Elusive and Lewis have just a ton, right? Which makes sense. Hope you guys did enjoy, though. It was a really fun game to cast. Apologies for not casting often, but yeah, it's just never... Weekly stuff isn't probably not returning for a while now. Hope you do enjoy, and have a great rest of your week. Adios.